Welcome to SK1 News. All right, to kick it all off, let's talk about the Breakfast Club. Um, Breakfast Club been on YouTube for however long. Um, and they went over on iHeartRadio. And they've been on iHeartRadio for a little bit now. Um, at the Power 106 and all of that. You just seen shows like Hot 97 with Ebro and them. You just see shows like that get canceled. Netflix was Breakfast Club was still one of the highest radio podcasters that was on YouTube besides Ebro in the morning, Big Ebro in the morning show. And both were getting a lot of great views and stuff like that. It's just that Breakfast Club overpowered at some point, and they overpowered so much that they still was able to keep their, morning Breakfast Club on YouTube and iHeartRadio and so on and so on. And now they switched it over to Netflix. Now, at some point, when you get a deal offer in the state of mind or whatever you at, and you sign a big contract with a major network or streaming network, let me put it to you like that, that's been around for years, what do you do? Now, note, YouTube is always an easy platform for everybody to go over to. That's why I not only have my show on Spotify now, I have it on YouTube because I'm glad Spotify give us the option to, explore anywhere else. But one thing about mine is that nothing tied to my Spotify. I can make my decisions on my own and upload my show where I want to upload it at. I can put my show on Spotify. I could put my show on YouTube. I don't have to answer to nobody where I want to put my show at, But for Breakfast Club, they are with iHeartRadio. And when you signing deals and you signing all of these contracts and stuff, you gotta do what was told for you to do. And I'm not gonna point my finger at Charlamagne. I'm not gonna point my finger at Envy. I'm not gonna point my finger at Just Hilarious. And also, I'm not gonna point my finger at Lauren. Lauren, she branched off anyway and did her own thing, her own little podcast, but she's still a part of the Breakfast Club. But you got the main three that I just said. Um, Now, from my understanding, is that they taking a hit. They taking a big hit because they went over to Netflix. Now, let me explain this one. Like I said with Spotify, but at least you don't have to pay for Spotify. You can go over there and you can watch Spotify. You can watch podcasts for free over on Spotify. You just gonna have to have the ads. If you don't want to have the ads, then you have to pay for the commercials. You had to pay for the subscription. I'm sorry, I'm talking about ads. Yeah, you could pay for the subscriptions. Um, and I feel like, for people that watches people podcasts and stuff like that on Spotify, it's cool. They give you a free way of watching it. Netflix don't. You gonna pay for Netflix, regardless if it's an ad version, you're gonna pay for the ad version. If you don't pay for the ad version, you're gonna pay for the non-ad version. Non-ad version gonna be higher than the ad version. And the ad version got a little higher. So, to me personally, Spotify, this is big. Like this is big. You can still get paid. But I guess y'all want to go to the giant. That's what y'all want to go. Y'all want to go to the giant because Netflix been around forever. So y'all want to go to the giant. And Netflix been doing a lot more than anything. But to me, my fans listening to me here and I gotta go there and they gotta now pay to hear me. I wouldn't want it like that. I always want to have my own way of, bringing stuff and making sure if they don't want to pay, they don't have to pay. They want to pay, they can. Whoever listening, you shouldn't have to pay. Not unless you want to. That'll be some support. But see, that's why I brought the merch store. If you want to support me, hey, go over to the merch store. You know what I mean? Buy merch. That'll show appreciation, and that'll also put money into the show. It's not that it's just paying me. It's paying me to get, the show on the upper. Like invested is like an investment. Like to help. But if not, then feel free. I'm sharing content. I'm sharing everything. So feel free. But I'm doing with my show. Let's talk about this Breakfast Club. Now, when it comes to them, I heard Charlamagne say something like, people act like they don't have Netflix. Like, everybody should have Netflix by now. Netflix been around for years and years and years. Charlamagne, come on, man. Come on. For one, we could all say that. But a lot of people drop Netflix also too because of Netflix price. Netflix charging people more than you might as well get your cable bag on messing with Netflix. You might as well go to another streaming platform than to deal with Netflix. Netflix is overcharging people, even for the ad version. And don't everybody have access to a smart TV, a phone or something like that? Don't everybody have? They're available. They're available. But a lot of people might not have updated to anything. They might still like their regular old HD TVs and stuff like that. They probably don't feel like buying another device to add on to their device and stuff like that. They probably cool with what they have. And some people, everybody got the internet. A lot of people don't have the internet, but I'm quite sure. I get what you're saying. All the listeners that was listening to the Breakfast Club, they had to have some kind of form of the device and had internet to listen to it. I get it. It's a show that gotta be on the internet. But YouTube was easy to come over to because with YouTube, you get the premium deal with, so you don't have the ads. Or you could just watch regular YouTube without paying for the premium one. To whoever, but come on, man. You can't just knock people and say, oh, y'all can get Netflix. Y'all got Netflix. Y'all acting like y'all could watch Stranger Things over there. Stranger Things is a TV series over there. You naming stuff that Netflix already was providing before they even start thinking about podcasts. What you think? A lot of people watch movies on Netflix. They don't use Netflix as a podcast place to go to. Nobody went dating on Netflix to be somewhere to listen to somebody's radio show or pop. This is what you got the radio for. So for you to come out of your mouth and be like, oh yeah, because people this and that. Come on, Charlamagne. You know that's wrong. You know that's wrong. Now I get it. It's not it wasn't y'all full decision on going over to Netflix. I get it. You know, it's a company thing, but at the same time, man, you can't even come for people that don't go over to Netflix to watch The Breakfast Club. Because some people don't have Netflix. Some people drop their Netflix. Netflix stopped having people share their account with other people. People looking like I pay my money. Why I can't share my account with nobody? It's my account. If I feel like I want to share with who I want to share with, I can share with. What do I need with all this Netflix? If I ain't got that many TVs, I might want to share it with a friend that I can have them use it on their TV. Somebody else could be using it. It's another TV added onto it. So this other TV gonna go to waste. I might be the only person that will operate off of one TV. But Netflix offer you another TV, so you might want to share it with somebody. Oh, but this person got to pay like you pay. Come on, if y'all offering another TV, that TV shouldn't matter if it's in your household or not. Stop playing. Y'all tripping. Anyway, just speaking, and I'm not coming for nobody. I'm just saying, like, was that a great move? Whereas though on YouTube and on iHeartRadio, y'all show was top of the top. You know? I don't know. First y'all put it on BET. It went over to BET, and that was dealing with oh my goodness. Cause y'all was under somebody else before y'all went over to this iHeartRadio, but you know, cause the Drink Champ still under them folks. But anyway, a lot changed. So I'm gonna get into this video.
Man, our engagement, our people all the fans that we built up over time, on YouTube, oh my God, they feel neglected because Netflix was like, nope, we want all of it. Y'all can't have no other social media presence. None. So now we gotta find other content to do that can go on our other platforms. But it's okay because Just Hilarious got that in a bag, shorty.
Just Hilarious says the Breakfast Club signing to Netflix might have been a mistake. Yes, on a Twitch stream that she did and also on her own stream, she was hinting that the Breakfast Club going to Netflix might have killed the community around the show. For those of you that aren't aware, one of the biggest things that the Breakfast Club had going for them is the comment section. And when they signed to Netflix, they ended up killing that part of user-generated content. And if you look at their YouTube channel, it's clear they can't really post too much. I mean, things are 2 minutes, 3 minutes long. And while some things gain traction, it's not the same. I mean, they're still going for 400,000 views occasionally, but there's other times where they do like 10,000 views or 4,000 views. And that was really uncalled for. I mean, at that time, you could have posted Charlamagne sleeping and got like 57,000 views. Now, another thing that is interesting about this deal, Netflix is watching them like a hawk. I think they're observing whatever they post and saying if this is part of the deal. Like, if they post some type of long form content, I think Netflix swoops in and comes right in and tells them, hey, get that out of here. Now, one thing that we have to also consider is that the Netflix deal with iHeart is rumored to be around $1 billion. So that is a large amount of cash, and it's also a multi-year deal. So this is something that is going to be like this for the long haul. Now, if you go to the comment section, you can tell that fans are super upset. They feel like their favorite show was taken away from them, and it was done so under corporate greed, right? This feels like when an NBA owner wants to take away a team from their favorite city for no other reason than just to get more money. And now you're even seeing, look at this stream, man. It's really like y'all upset in the comments.
I'm honored, Just Hilarious, for being a go-getter. Oh, that's what's up, y'all.
Breakfast Club content is not getting clipped up by people like me or other channels. Like, it used to be that if Charlamagne had some type of crazy take, a donkey of the day, people would be right on him, posting it online, and you would get engagement. You would get a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of topics discussed. But now that has been wiped out. And it's all because of this big payout that the Breakfast Club, or really iHeart, got. And I assume they got bonuses as a result of this whole situation. But this is a big struggle, one that will harbor great feelings about, just the idea of signing to a big, network or putting your content behind the paywall. A lot of people say, all right, let's look at Joe Budden, let's look at Rory and Mal. They all have Patreons. But the thing is, when they went behind the paywall, they left a big part of their content for free. So even though Joe has all of his best content on Patreon, he still drops twice a week for free on audio platforms and puts the whole 2 episodes on YouTube. And then if you should want to pay for the content, then you do it. Whereas with this, everything is behind a paywall. The visuals are behind a paywall. The only thing you can participate for free is the radio show. And a lot of the audience is not listening to the radio show. Then we see the limitations of the Netflix app, right? It's really hard to navigate the Netflix app when you're trying to use it like YouTube. Initially, I thought, oh, right, the Netflix app is one of the best streaming apps out there. But then when I started using it, I was like, it's hard to kind of leave it in the background and navigate and use other apps on your phone. It's also hard to click in and out of content that you are using and, watch another video because it's high quality content. So it's not like YouTube, right? YouTube has a great ecosystem where if you're watching something and you have bad internet, or if you have great internet, YouTube will be like, all right, you have 720p capabilities. We're going to downgrade so you can have a seamless experience, and we're going to make it so you can click in and out. Oh, this is where you left off. We are going to start the episode right there for you. Now, Netflix has that too, but it's not in the same kind of vein as a YouTube. Another key component of this whole thing is that the podcast portion of Netflix's investment is small time, right? This is part of Netflix's attempt to gain traction in the YouTube market. But one thing we do not know, or people do not factor in, is that Netflix has been doing this already with other properties, right? Miss Rachel, a famous kid show, is also now behind a paywall. And, this was just, Netflix didn't give a damn about no Breakfast Club and their user-generated content, the fans, the elimination of the comment section. They was just like, yo, we gonna put money, because Netflix has a ton of it. You have millions and bajillions of subscribers paying upwards of $15 a month. So they got the money to spend on this little podcast experiment. I mean, $1 billion is really nothing, especially if it's a multi-year deal for a corporation that is one of the most sizable corporations in the history of business in America. So they don't really treat the podcast content with care like a iHeart would, maybe even like a Spotify would. What you're seeing now is the elimination of Charlamagne, Just Hilarious from the public conversation, and their voices and their opinions are no longer cutting through like it once did on YouTube. But YouTube is only but a small picture, because when things are on YouTube, it serves as a funnel for other content creators who create content on Twitter and TikTok. And there's a lot of creators that aren't even bothering clipping up the Netflix Breakfast Club clips because, it's just more high barrier entry, right? It's hard to screen record Netflix. There's a lot of computers that don't allow you to do that because it's copyrighted content. Now, there's some ways around it, but for the most part, what you will see is when you make these type of choices, people just move on to the next type of clippable content. Like, I've been watching other clippers and they're like not even touching the Breakfast Club. And it's not because the show fell off of a cliff. It's because the access to the show is now protected. They've essentially built a wall around themselves and nobody wants to react to them anymore. But let me know what you think. I think Jess Hilarious, Charlemagne, DJ Envy realized that it's a different day now. And while they have probably got a sizable bonus from the residual effects of that alleged $1 billion iHeart Netflix deal, they've been removed from the public conversation. They are now premium TV streaming and no longer an accessible radio show where the public discourse is accessible. And this is what happens when greed takes over. But then again, they are on Netflix and it is prestigious. So maybe that is a trade-off for them. But let me know what you think in the comments. Breakfast Club watchers or casual watchers or just watchers of media. Do you think this is a big deal? Do you think it will subside? And we will be like, who cares, man? This is big for the world when a show like this ends up on premium streaming. All right, y'all, that's my video for now. Follow me on Instagram, The Stop TV. Follow me on Twitter.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna take a little brief. I'll be back. But you know, it's crazy. I mean, it's something when you can't control your own. Something crazy when you can't control your own. It's not really Charlemagne, Envy, or Jess Hilarious falling on this. I hope people, don't see it as it's their fault. It's really not their fault. They signed a deal, and wherever their job tell them to go, they have to go. Did you think they wanted to do that? I don't think they did, but I guess when they, seen where it was going, I guess they felt like, that's cool for, it to be on Netflix. That's a big, platform for it to be on. I mean, who wouldn't be happy that your show can be on a big platform? But then when it start to cause your audience, how your audience going to hear when some of your audience may not, half the percentage of your audience may not have Netflix. I don't know, everybody have Netflix. Don't everybody have Hulu. Don't everybody have HBO Max. Don't everybody have Disney Plus. Don't everybody have Paramount. Don't everybody have Peacock. Don't everybody have all of these streaming apps, because why? If you get all of them and then you pay for a Spotify and you pay for a YouTube, you might as well get cable back, because that's how much it's going to come up to dead near cable bill. If you paying for all of these streaming platforms, you might as well say you done pay the cable bill all over again. And then you paying the internet with it. It's not cheap no more to have these platforms. Close to what? $20 here, $20 there, $25 here, $25. That adds up. I don't care if you paying this separately. It's still within a month. You still kicking out money within a month that add up to close to $100 and something. That's a cable bill right there. All of these streaming platforms ain't $9 and some change no more. Some of them may still be, but still, even if you add it into the ones that's $20 or $25 or more, it's still gonna add into it. Ain't nothing out there $7 and some change no more. So you spending money. The only cheap thing that they got out there still is Zeus Network, and that's for the Ratchet TV. All right. See y'all when I come back. Welcome back to SK1 News. So, I mean, we've been going through this crisis more than just a year ago. Do I think it got worse? Yes, I really do. The affordability to live anywhere throughout the country probably is almost equal as the same. But we all experience that the affordability that living in Baltimore is definitely like on real high levels, and I mean, I guess we see the effect because we live here, but in other states probably going to do some issues too. But the leaders that we have here aren't doing what they say they were going to do, you know. Although we have a president in seat and going up on all these taxes and stuff like that. Going up on Turks can cause major price increase. So if you're going up on these Turks, you gotta do something to make sure that the United States citizens also have something to put in their pockets that help pay into anything. So when you did this stuff with the turf, that means a certain amount of percentage that you use, and the other country's gonna charge more for their items that they ship over here because now you put a high tax rate on them. To some, could tariffs be good? In some forms, to regular United States citizens that gotta pay taxes on on a daily basis every time they go to work. Yeah, I mean, who want to pay income taxes? But on the other hand, who also want to be in a city or state where though your food prices are just as high than your other bills and stuff like that because you couldn't afford to pay your rent. You couldn't afford to pay your BZE. You couldn't afford anything, so you had to sacrifice. Health insurance is another one. They went up on the price on health insurance. They make it real difficult. Living in this state and living in Baltimore, period, is like chaos. And who you got running? Not Larry Hogan. Westmore. He's just, I don't know what to say about this dude. He ain't good. He try to make everybody think that he's good and see what he's doing, but he really not doing anything to help us. He putting more taxes into the state than anywhere else. We paying all of these taxes for what? Taxes on everything that you tax. So now we gotta deal with him with his nonsense, and then we gotta deal with BZE with their nonsense. Then we gotta deal with Donald Trump with the tariffs because of that nonsense. That if Donald Trump get it right with the tariffs and make sure everybody is at best with paying for anything, then maybe people will be comfortable and be happy about, well, not even, I'm not gonna say happy about anything, but maybe people feel like they at ease on something, and I'm not just talking local city and states, I'm talking everywhere. These terms is hurting us, and now we about to put money into the war that's gonna go on. And every president that got a seat didn't always cause the war. We always had to face a war with a president. Because the United States can't keep their nose out of other people's mess. And like I said, I'm not gonna jump into that because, I mean, for everything has a reason to everything, and I know some people look at it the way they look at it. You got them and then you got them, so you got red and you got blue, you got left and you got right. So nobody on the right gonna agree with anything that Trump do. Nobody on the left gonna agree with Trump doing, and people on the right gonna agree with Trump doing. So it's still divided. It's still division right there. You're gonna have more people on the right dealing with what Trump doing than you gonna have on the left. Then you're gonna have some people on the right that still won't deal with Trump doing, but by them being Republicans, then that's their That's who that's their party. But I mean, what can we say? You know, I mean, it's just a bunch of two-sided, two sides that can't get it right for the United States citizens. So, when we talk about these high prices and stuff like that, we gotta blame our leaders for this one. You know, like ain't nothing we done. You know, we just work to pay bills. That's all. Work to pay bills. You know, nobody get to see a paycheck no more. You know, you barely can pay your debt. Everybody, I mean, well, most of us are in debt. You know, so let me get into this video.
The team behind this survey says they did not want affordability to be another political buzzword. They wanted to show how it's impacting real people. How would you describe affordability here in Baltimore?
Affordability. You know, I think the number one thing with affordability is housing.
It costs a lot. Groceries are higher, and gasoline.
How do you expect us to, go with our day-to-day lives and take care of ourselves, and every check gotta go to the rent, the BG&E?
From BGE bills to buying groceries and gas, it's no secret that staying afloat financially comes at a high cost.
So a lot of people are struggling.
Michael Bader and his team with the Johns Hopkins 21st Century Cities Initiative surveyed neighbors in the Baltimore area on affordability in late 2025. The survey asked people about housing, medical costs, utilities, food, and transportation. 30 to 40% of people surveyed reported difficulty affording these expenses over the last year.
One of the things that we found was that people are concerned even into the middle classes.
Two areas that transcend class, housing and utility bills. The survey found around 50% of Baltimore area neighbors worried about affording housing expenses in the last 12 months. More than a third of people in the Baltimore area were late on their utility bills at least once in the last 12 months.
Utility bills have definitely been going up in Baltimore, but they've also been going up in other regions in the country. So I think that our findings are relatively consistent.
But what's not consistent is food insecurity. Around 2 in 5 people in the Baltimore area were food insecure in the last 12 months.
We do find that in Baltimore, the rate of food insecurity is a little bit high, is actually substantially higher than it is in other areas.
Results that are striking, but not surprising for neighbors feeling the impacts.
So I'm trying to make ends meet, difficult choices each and every day.
And the team behind this survey, they say they hope it informs policymakers on just how much high costs are impacting people. In North Baltimore, I'm Brianna Ross, WBAL TV 11 News.
All right, y'all. I'm back. All right, so I mean, with all the nonsense that occur, that goes on, you know, it's a world we live in. But, you know, what can we do? Like I said, we about to face a war. We broke. Yeah, we broke. But they got money for war, but we broke. You know, they can take care of a war, but they can't take care of us. And look, I don't understand why should we have to accept the fact because of migrant this would, yeah. Anyway, illegal people that's all in this country. Why should we, accept that? You know what I mean? They want us to accept a lot of stuff that we didn't ask for. They want us to bow down at any given time that they want us to, because it's a control game. And they want everybody on board with them. Everybody on board with them, and everybody follow the same trend. Everybody says the same thing. Like, it's like they trying to make us like we supposed to fall into what they want us to think when we our own individual. They want to make it feel like they want us to seem like they own us. Y'all don't own nobody. Everybody entitled to who they wanna look into things. Who they chose to roll with. Who they chose to, have an idea of, being around. Just because a person make a decision doesn't mean that the decision they make is the decision that make them anything of what they are. It's just what they believe. Everybody entitled to what they believe. Nobody told nobody who they can't believe, but it's just when people point fingers and criticize others for what they believe. But I don't think none of that should be political. I don't think anybody beliefs should be political, because once you make it political, then that's what it's going to turn out to be, political. Now we all facing something that we didn't ask for. When we got a lot to fight for. We got a whole lot to fight for, y'all. But everybody want to make it seem like we supposed to be a part of what everybody else want to be. So what, we sheeps? We all sheeps. We all following how we sheeps. Because that's what they trying to do, make us sheeps. If you do this, then you're a part of that. No, not necessarily. Yes, you find fault in BS. If you see BS that way, then you don't go that way. I mean, everybody entitled to what they believe, and everybody entitled to their opinion. You shouldn't criticize somebody for the opinion they have. Ain't nobody harming nobody for their decision. So, what's the problem? Everybody's supposed to be on the same train. Now we pulling all of this race card stuff and stuff like that. Everything is about race. Black, white. When we all know the main thing is money. I keep saying it. It's money. Yeah, they gonna throw out this, because the white man is the white man that, and because the white man did this and the white man did that. But did anybody talk about where the money at that supposed to be paid into this is supposed to be paid? You taking your eye off the real thing that's supposed to happen. You up there worry about what the white man doing. White man don't control nothing. I mean, other than what the white man running. But you still gotta live. Still gotta live. It's been like this for years. This ain't no days back in the days where as though everything was really like separated to the point where as though we can't go out the door and live out every day to day life. Still working. Still can pay your bills. Boom. Everybody, look, white or black, in the same predicament of paying bills right now. Paying any daggone thing. You can hear them talking about it. So why y'all still trying to make stuff like, it's that? Yeah, on the same time, I mean, I get it. We see that it's awesome. It's some racist people out here. But we can say that about anybody could be racist. They are. But why every time you turn around, it's something about race. You can start a race war like that for real. You fall into what they tell you all the time. You can't really start a race war, because then it's going to become them against us. It's us against them. Because every time you turn around, you hearing race. Like y'all trying to start something. Like y'all trying to trigger something off. When people just was living on their normal day-to-day life, now y'all trying to trigger something off. And then y'all throw in little sound bites and stuff like that to make it seem like, oh, well, they said this, they said that. Why y'all not talking about the $1 bill? Y'all talking about white and black. Why y'all ain't talking about green? Look what the green doing. And look what the green not doing, because we not seeing all of the green. They held the green. So, I don't know what in the world going on, but Jasmine Crockett lost yesterday, and she blaming it on race. Jasmine, sit down. You didn't lose because of race. You lose because of you lost because of you. That's just put that there. You lost because of you. And your performance, your ways and stuff like that, you went to a little overboard, black, because black people don't act like that. Not every black person act like that, and that's the agenda they want to push. They want to push that agenda to make it seem like all black people act like that. Don't have a black person act like no daggone Jasmine Crockett. Not her. Then you get Cardi. She did what Kamala did. She brought Cardi out there to try to endorse her and stuff like that, and had Cardi to speak for her. And what, she turned around and lost just like Kamala did. Y'all gotta stop pushing that agenda. Like, y'all gotta stop trying to push stuff on black people to make it seem like black people about all of this stuff that's going on. That's not how no black woman act. She was too much. That woman wasn't acting like that at the beginning. She is, like I said, it's politics. They painted her to be that way because they wanted to gravitate. So y'all calling all of us ghetto and stupid? That's what y'all doing? Because that's what she acting. She acting ghetto and stupid. She talking out her mouth like she crazy. So this is the agenda that y'all want to push on us? Like, y'all want us to feel like we should have to deal with her because she's black? And she ghetto? I mean, can somebody really see that's a smack in your face? They put somebody in front of you. Maybe if I put somebody in front of them and they like the way this person is and they can relate to this person, don't everybody relate to that woman? I don't even know how much ghetto-ness that is. I don't know what hood she came from. I really don't. Because she got a little extra on it. That's just too much extra. What politician going around cussing out the mouth? A real chick that came from any area that's in the hood, she's not going to come out there like that. You know what she going to come out there like? She want to make her money. So she going to come out there and act presentable, because this is a different role I want to take. I'm not going to show my tail and show them who I really is, because I know I got to get this money and I'm trying to get out the hood. That's what a real hood person going to do. A real hood person ain't going to go up there and show who they are or act it. A hood person don't got to act hood. Eventually it'll come out, but it's not going to come out like that. It's not going to come out like that, like how she was acting and stuff like that. Come on, y'all. Y'all can't see that they smacking us in the face by trying to put all of this race shit and stuff. I'm just going to say it. Like, why? You can't, it's just too much. It's just too much. It's just like, you overdoing it. It's too much of it. Yes, we know it's a racist country. We know that. But y'all overdoing it. That's my thing. Y'all overdoing it. And like I said, anybody can be racist. Democrats only represent the race thing. They only represent killing babies. They only represent LGBTQ community. They only represent illegal immigrants. They only represent things that don't matter to us, because why? They not caring about us. They not going to put money in our pocket. Republicans, they do whatever they do. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that they not showing. They can pull the race card too. They could turn around and pull the race card. But you see celebrities there with them too. But I'm just saying, both sides got some mess with them. But Democrats really pushing it. Democrats is really pushing it. Like, they pushing it so much. And everybody the same. Why? I'm tired of it. I'm really is. I'm tired of it. I don't really know. I don't understand it. Like, soon as you turn around, and every time you turn around, you sing Jasmine. Like, Jasmine, sit down, shut up, because that's not how a real black woman act. And any black woman that agree with her, I don't know what to say about you, but you know, I mean, hey, you know, if you like her, you like her, you like her, you like her. I mean, but don't let her embarrass you like that, for real, because she's embarrassing to herself, like, for real. Don't fall for the okie doke. And I get it, everybody like it because she speak her mind. She come up there and she say what she feeling. She say how you think she should say it, but no, it's not right. It ain't right at all. She embarrassing herself. She looking dumb while they laughing at her. She looking real stupid. She thinks she's saying something and they laughing at her. They saying this ignorant nigga. That's what they saying. That's what they saying. YouTube, look. Don't kick me off. But that's what they saying. You know. On the other hand, outside of that rant that I went, outside of that rant I just went on, I am gonna say this, you know, just everybody just stay, I ain't gonna use the word woke, just please view into and follow your own ways of things, because it's corrupted out there and they don't do nothing but try to corrupt us. And that's it for me. I'm over this stuff. Like, yo, it's like, yo, I'm over it because it's not right. So on that note, enjoy y'all day. I will be sharing a touchy video right now. And you know, maybe I come back and talk about the origin of it. I am gonna watch it with y'all. And I hope y'all enjoy it. Yes. But I'll be back and then I'm gonna wrap up. Welcome back to the SK1 News. So this for my peoples that didn't see this on Spotify. I basically put this over on YouTube. I don't know if I may release this as a single. There's a lot of stuff that I gotta do. And there's some more work that I got doing. This is like a original, this the original version of this song. The album version will definitely sound a little different from this one. I'm just gonna let y'all know that the album version gonna be a little different. And I'm working on that now. But to clear things, I was making some music. And I'm not gonna get into the full origin of it, but you know, I sat back with making a beat. My intention is wanting to make this song about my late wife. But as I did a little more mixing, prepping drums, prepping pianos, prepping bass lines and stuff like that, I wanted to switch the piano sound. Just not the original what you hearing is not the original piano sound that I had prepped for this particular beat. This particular beat actually a country beat. I slowed it down though, because it was a little upper tempo. And I slowed the piano down. But anyway, as I was forming the beat and creating the beat, thinking about the length of the song that I was going to work on and how much of the length that I need for this particular song, I then, once I finished making the beat, I go to play the beat back to see exactly if that's what I wanted to do with the beat. It became more of a metal laid back beat that was like, okay. And I sat back and I really thought about it. I said, hey, last song I did was Pain Hurt Deep. And Pain Hurt Deep was just expressing my pain a little in that song. The first song that I did is on SoundCloud, but that was never gonna be on the album. That was just me expressing my feelings then, like, and you could tell that it was a lot in that song for me to do in that song. So to make it too longer, put it at here, is that I need a song. I need to make a song for her like I would have made when I first met her. I need something that has that feel. When I first met Jamala, I needed something that had that same feel, but this is a different kind of feel. Like, at that time I made a song for her, like I said, it was called Ghetto Down Piece. You know what I'm saying? And she loved it. And then I made a few other songs that she loved that I did. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, my intention is with this beat wasn't to do any other song than what I was gonna do with the beat. But I channeled into what's supposed to be done with the beat, because when I listened to it, I was just like, wow. Then I started thinking about Jamala, because Jamala, I used to go to Jamala and ask her, how you like this beat right here? And Jamala be like, oh, I love that beat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just thinking like, oh, I can't even take the beat to her no more. I can't even like, Jamala, what you think about this? I can't even ask her that no more. And get a response from her. So I'm just looking like, what to do with this, But as I listened more, when I played it back, I said, forget it. Let's hit the record button. Whatever come out is what's supposed to come out in on this. And automatically, at the same time, I'm thinking about her. That's what happened. I'm missing everything about her. And that's how this song was formed. Like I said, there's a lot of, I'm not talking about the beat. The beat got its own origin to it. You know what I'm saying? We'll discuss that later. But I'm talking about the song itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the origin of the song. You know what I'm saying? But we go into talking about the beat itself, then we talking a different story. So it's not to talk about the beat that I made, it's to talk about the actual song that I made. But it's because I started to make the beat for what I was gonna make it for, it led me to getting over to making this song called Missing You for Jamala. Now, it's touchy because after I made the song, I go back and the original, what you hearing now, I then opened up a picture on my phone and listening to it. I was in the studio, man, like, oh my God, man. You know, and I just instantly broke just like listening to the words. This is like, this what me and her really did. We really like everything that I'm saying in this song, me and her done. Like we really like when you see her, you seen me. Like we was always around each other, from everywhere, and this really like meant a lot to me. So like I said, this is another piece onto this episode today. And I wanted to share it with my Spotify people as well as with my YouTube people that's over on YouTube. I know y'all heard it already because I sent the video out to most of people that listen to the show, but now I'm just gonna share it with Spotify also. So I'm just gonna put it into the show so whoever listening to the podcast can also hear it. Y'all get to hear the original one though, not the album, but the actual one before the album. So you hear it first. You hear it here. Like I said, the album version gonna be a little different sound, and it's gonna be the same beat, but it's gonna be a little different. Yeah. So let's jump into this. Nice gone, huh? Each day missing you just ain't a word. Long night. Can't hold back tears. I'm here every day, thinking about the times that we always had. Missing your smell, I'm missing your smile. I miss hearing you laughing at a TV show. Sitting back, we watching together. Hearing you talking all the good shows for real. We put a story together and then we understood the movie. Yeah, we both would sit up here and play like a detective in a movie for real. But goddamn, miss eating with you. Damn, miss you in the kitchen, me and you cooking in the kitchen. That's what we did together. Back and forth to the market just to get the groceries. Every time, yeah, we was there. You was sick in the barbershop as I get my hair cut and everything. You always was by my side. We never miss any stop anywhere we go. Everywhere you seen me, yeah, you seen her. Yeah, I feel like a big piece of me is gone. I feel like I can't go on. But you told me I miss you so much to be. I wish you was all I can be, and that's happy. I miss you. I'm gonna do it for so you. Much. I'm gonna do it for you. Yes, yes. Anything that happened after this, yeah. I miss being right by you every single night, rolling over to you and having now morning conversations. Just pillow talking about everything. And somebody tried to tell me that you waiting for me a long time ago. I didn't listen. Me and you knew we were supposed to be together with each other forever. I thought that I would have you through the rest of the time on this earth with me. But I guess God came to get you, he got you. And I'm missing you, girl. Every time I turn around, that I'm missing you, girl. My tears drop so heavy as they drop to the floor. I'm missing you every day, and I'm wanting it more. I swear, girl, if I could get you back right now, I'll be the happiest person right now. But I know, I swear I'm missing you. All I want is to have you by my side again. I miss you each and every day. I'm missing you. You stay on my mind, cause I'm missing you. I'm missing you. Alright, y'all, so I appreciate everybody that listen, checked out, you know what I mean, man. I appreciate the support from y'all, and this is what we do. So until the next episode, I'll be back with more news, more content. This is what we do over here. So, you know, we will be into all of this when I come back on SKY News. Thank y'all.